Saturday was a certain Neopet's 16th birthday. Happy birthday, Elestate! Elestate turned 16 on Saturday. Now, when I told this to a coworker, they said, "You mean in Neopet years, right?" And no, like real life years. This Neopet has been around since 2000. It's always a good idea to write down if you have a planner or if you use the calendar on your phone when your Neopet's birthdays are, because they get these cupcakes that give different boosts. And the yellow one does strength, so I decided to take that because Elestate is my Battle Dome pet. I did go out of my way to adopt Elestate because of his age. My account is nowhere near 16 years old, but there are plenty of pets in the Neopets pound who are very old. I think that's really cool, and that was something that I specifically looked for when I adopted Elestate. I did have a request on my channel pretty recently to go over how to get good Neopets from the pound because it is so easy. It's so cool to adopt a Neopet that has a really long history on the site before you. There's a huge epidemic of homeless pets on Neopets. The entire system is just very questionable, and without a doubt, the Neopets team realized they had made a mistake not too long into the process. But we get to kind of, I guess, benefit from the surplus of Neopets in some ways by being able to access these really old pets that have trophies or all kinds of interesting backstories that are left on the site. So in order to feed him this pet, I had to take him out of the Neo Lodge. I'm taking more of an active role on Neopets since I've started documenting losing all of my Neopoints. So I took them all out of the lodge, and I think that this gave him a pretty big stat boost. I pulled up his quick refresh is what the page used to be called, quick ref. So I pulled up his before, and let's just do an after. And I think that if you flip back and forth, you see it. He's now amazing 82, but previously he was awesome 77. So that cupcake did a huge boost for him. If you were a particularly malicious Neopets user who really wanted to get ahead with little boosts and spend very few Neopoints to do it, an incredibly inefficient way to do that would to have a slot on your Neopets account where you are constantly rotating pound pets depending on their birthday, because you could have an endless amount of cupcakes. I think there is a cooldown of a week or two between pounding pets. Anyways, so we're going to buy that final grimoire, which sets me below 1 million Neopoints today. This is the first time in a few months that I'll go below 1 million, below 1 million. But hey, easy come, easy go. So this is the Grimoire of Affluence, and I decided to read it to Pranky, and I've got my final Grimoire avatar. So those are all of the Hidden Tower Grimoire avatars, and so I've got that taken out of the way. Let's go ahead and try to make a few Neopoints real quick. I haven't talked about it on this channel much, but a few years ago, I guess when I was in late high school, early college, I really got into the Fairyland Employment Agency. So this is a neat little mini game that you have to go out and buy specific items for a specific price, for a reward. And it's timed, and if you finish it really early, then you get a bonus, and it can sometimes be a lucrative way to make Neopoints. You could come out 150% ahead of or something. So I don't think it actually makes a huge dent in this cycle that I'm going through here, but this is how you do it. It's obviously a lot easier to do with the Super Shop Wizard, so yeah, keep that in mind. It also really helps to play Neopets a lot and just have a good recollection of what goes for. There's a very limited list of what actually shows up in the Fairyland Employment Agency, so if you play this for a while, you'll pick it up relatively quickly which ones you want to prioritize trying to get or not getting, depending on how expensive they are. This is, when I played it a lot, it was a big deal to me, but since I've stepped away from Neopets, it's kind of tedious to do this. Plus, you have to go to user shops, and user shop HTML and CSS can be all over the place. It can be very early MySpace. And while that's endearing, it's also a little frustrating. So from now on, I guess I'm going to be recording myself and my Neopets transactions and working my way back up. Spoiler alert, I'm already pretty far back up after getting down to 500,000 Neopoints. I think that I'm at 800,000 Neopoints now. The stock market really is the way to go. I will be doing a video on the food club bets. Right now, I'm also really trying to get the Freaky Factory avatar. I have a MacBook Pro and all I have is my trackpad, so I think I might have to get some sort of mouse in order to game a little bit better and actually have a shot at getting all the game avatars. So we'll see how that goes. Since I've been kind of looking into avatars that are traditional Neopoint syncs, and it's always a telling sign when your game has to have a currency sync, by the way. It's a telling sign that you've got an issue. Or it just means you didn't construct enough syncs in the first place, because they're a crucial part of an economy. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go try the Wheel of Extravagance. This is my first time ever playing the Wheel of Extravagance because it's exclusively a sync. I mean, there are prizes, but at the end of the day, it's an avatar sync. So this is my first time playing it. It's 100,000 Neopoints for a spin. So I definitely have a huge risk of not coming out ahead. And ultimately, I walked away with 25,000 Neopoints, which is a loss of 75K. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. I made a lot of Neopoints in the stock market today because something hit 60, and I always sell when it hits 60. But since I did that wheel, I might as well do another wheel at the same time. And I don't think I have the Wheel Excitement avatar yet, so let's go ahead and do this. The wheels are such a waste of Neopoints. You very rarely walk out ahead, so I tend to not do them anymore. Frankly, the best way to accumulate Neopoints is by rarely playing Neopets. Because the moment that you get interested and involved is when you start spending your Neopoints. So it's a little frustrating, but the best way to make Neopoints is to not have any interest in spending Neopoints. And yeah, that's largely what it comes down to. I'm thinking about starting to use the stylish for Neopets items to help my browsing experience. I look forward to hearing what you guys think of me getting down below 1 million Neopoints. I'll keep you up to date as I accumulate more, and I'll keep you guys updated on my methods. Right now, purely stock market. I don't know if I should fully get down to 0. I guess I will if I keep trying the Wheel of Extravaganza, because I'm bound to keep losing. Like this video if you want to see more of my Neopoint journey. Comment a happy birthday for Elestate, because he can get his license now. Watch out on the roads. You may just see a robot Yurble driving by. I always appreciate my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become one of them, go ahead and click here. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you have really great holidays.